Like,
Okay, so you know more than anyone how much I hate ticks.
yes.
You remember like 6 years ago we went to the park with what's his name, and I asked you guys, I was like, there are going to be ticks out here, and you said you both kind of gave each other this look, and you said, no, no, there won't be any ticks. It's too cold because it was like September or something, and it wasn't that cold, but I wanted to believe it, so I believed it. And I think I knew deep down that it was a lie. So we go hiking, nothing happens. And I remember afterward, you guys were like, John, we got to come clean with you. We went here yesterday and he had like three ticks on his legs. And after that, my skin just like slid off my body. I was in panic mode. I mean, you know how much I hate ticks.
Right.
And so over the weekend, we went to my parents' house. We stayed the night and we everything was fine, and then the next day, we got up early, we went outside, I was helping my dad with his car, we were having some, like, father-son time. Valerie walked around with my mom, they looked at, like, the garden, and then they went inside, and then they were outside. Everything's fine, and then my dad, right as we're getting ready to leave at, like, 2 in the afternoon, my dad stands up, and he brushes his shirt, and he goes, "Oh, there's a tick," and he throws it on the ground. And I was like, "Oh god, no. No, no." I was like, "This is gonna be the longest car ride back to Bloomington in my life." Like, I'm gonna die. My heart's gonna stop. There's gonna be ticks everywhere. This is the end for me. And so we get in the car, everything's fine. Oh, and then right before that, my dad, like, so we say bye. We're starting to get in the car, and he's like, "Yep, ticks are definitely out. I had one on the wheel of my car too." And I was like, "What? They're attacking cars? Like, is that how desperate they are now? What are they gonna do to me when I get out there? Like, they're going after metal. That sharks do that, not ticks." Like,
Right.
so we're driving back. Valerie's driving, and I, I we get into Bloomington, and I see something at the base of her hair on her cardigan, and I'm
Uh,
like, "Is that a spider?" And I get a receipt to smash it, and I grab it and I open it, and here's this tick just looking back at me. I'm like, "Oh god," screaming, and so I fold it up in the receipt, and I throw it in a Tupperware container that we had in the car. And I was like, "Fuck it, I'm throwing the Tupperware away, I don't care, we'll buy more." It's not opening ever again. This thing can rot in the landfill. And the whole time we're heading to the barber shop because I was gonna get my hair cut before we went home. So I'm like, my skin's crawling, I know I'm gonna have to sit through this entire haircut knowing there could be ticks on me, just latching on, sinking their teeth in. And we pull up to the barber shop, and I'm like, "Hang on a second, I see something else on your cardigan."
oh no.
And I pull another tick off. So now Valerie's panicking too, because she's like, "They have Lyme disease here. I've never had a tick." And like, so we start freaking out about Lyme disease. My phobia's rubbed off on her at this point, in a matter of like 30 seconds.
they don't
This-
have they don't have ticks in Texas, do they?
they do, but they're not the kind that carry Lyme disease. They're different ticks
Oh,
that carry other
we have
things.
super ticks.
We do. We do. That's probably why people in Indiana are so messed up. They all have dementia from Lyme disease. And we probably have it. I don't know. And
What?
sorry, I don't remember what I'm talking about. So then I get my hair cut. Everything's fine. We skip going to Kroger afterward. We're like, we don't need groceries. Screw it. Let's get home. Like, I'm panicking that we have ticks on us.
hmm
And we get home and we're in the laundry room, and she takes her cardigan off and picks it up, and it slowly spins, and at eye level, I see another tick hanging on. I was
Oh
like,
my
"Oh, no."
god.
I was like, "At least they're latching onto your cardigan and not your skin." And so she drops it in this
One
laundry
could only
basket.
be so lucky, John.
I know, I know. And so she drops it into the laundry basket on top of the washer, and I'm like, hang on, I'm gonna get something to grab it." And I go and I rip a sticky note thing off the notepad, and I run in, and I grab it, or no, it was a paper towel. I grab a paper towel and I pick it up, and the thing holds onto the paper towel, and I start to pick it up, and then it just decides to let go, and it just falls, just drops straight down
Mm.
into the full hamper of clothing.
Oh no.
And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And now it's lost in a hamper. I think it landed in the hamper. I don't know. It could have landed in the dirty towels I threw on the floor earlier that week. So we don't know where it is. So we throw a ton of shit in the washer, panicking, and we wash all this clothing, thinking we might finally be safe. And then I look up online. No matter what you do to get rid of ticks, don't wash your clothes first because it won't kill them. You got to dry your clothes on high heat, then wash them and dry them. I'm like,
Oh, dude.
great. So now I have this wet, pissed off tick that might be in the washer, and I have to fish out the clothes, throw them in the dryer, go through this again. Meanwhile, the hamper's not even empty at this point, so it could still be in that bit. I don't know. So TLDR, it's now Wednesday, and I still don't know where that fucking tick is. Never found it. I've done so many loads of laundry numerous times hoping to find it in the filter or something. It's gone. I don't know. It's probably in the wall laying eggs or something. I
It's probably attached to you somewhere.
I
So.
know. Like I've been very very thorough. I can't stress how thorough I've been with checking myself.
Oh, I've been
and
thorough
and
too.
just to make sure it didn't get out of the laundry room, I sprinkled some diatomaceous earth that I just happened to have across
Hmm.
the laundry room doorway so it'll dry out and die if it crosses it. I'm just waiting to open the door and see that line broken like it's some kind of salt line keeping evil back. Still no clue. I
Dude,
will be
ticks.
living in fear the rest of my life.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Well, that was a good story, John.
I hate ticks. I hate them. I
I,
hate them.
I don't. I don't know. I'm so desensitized
Well,
from them.
well, I
I
should
think
be.
seeing snakes in the wild is worse, in my
No,
opinion.
no, I can handle snakes. I can handle snakes. I can even take spiders at this point, kind of. But ticks, I don't. I've lived in Indiana for like 22 years. Still can't handle them, and I think it all stems back to Parks and Rec summer day camp when I was in like 5th or 6th grade. There was this kid. He was maybe first grade, and he came over to a counselor, and he tugged on the kid's shirt, and he's like, "Excuse me, can you come with me?" The counselor was like, "What's wrong?" And he said, "Can you come with me to the bathroom?" And he was like, "Well, what happened? Did you have an accident?" And he goes, "No." And he leaned in and he whispered in the counselor's ear. And the counselor's like, "You have a tick?" And he's like, and shakes his head, "Yeah." And the counselor was like, "Well, why can't you tell me that?" And the kid's like, "It's on my pee pee." And
Oh,
so ever since, I'm like, all right, great. I just know that's going to happen to me. Because
ooh,
that's how life works. And so the counselor went and helped him. I don't know how he helped him, how he got it off, how many laws were broken. I don't know.
oh God.
All I took away from that story is that the tick latched on. They're not afraid to go there. And I think I was psychologically ruined from that moment forward. I don't.
I don't know. I've always had enough arm hair to like feel them crawling on me.
I'm.
Your baby's smooth,
I
so.
am. I'm like a naked mole rat. I don't. I was built for speed. I don't.
I was built for the winter. So.
How am I half Russian and I don't have a lot of body hair? I don't understand.
It has to go to your eyebrows. So.
I know my eyebrow. I have my eyebrow.
Uh,
If I grew my hair out long enough, it'd look like I have one of those Russian polar caps on just because of my brows. It's probably how I look like Colin Farrell. It's just the eyebrows, nothing else. I can't think I'm that good looking. It's just the eyebrows, let's be honest.
At least you don't look like Philip Seymour Hoffman. I, I was
Hey,
like,
I see it. I totally.
yeah. Okay, so to explain that backstory for anybody listening to this in the future, I did a bunch of doppelgangers for my Facebook friends, and then like I didn't do one for myself. And then finally, somebody made a suggestion for my doppelganger, and they said Philip Seymour Hoffman. It hurts so bad to hear that.
Hey. He was a very talented actor.
He's dead now.
Yeah, well, you got that going for you. So
I just don't think I'm that pale and that blonde. So
you have the blondest hair I think I've ever seen,
what?
and you
No,
are very pale. I'm sorry, Ryan.
I'm a strawberry blonde. So
You are not strawberry. There is no red there. There is no red there.
dude, what's
You're
really
also
funny is
worth pointing out that he's colorblind.
yeah,
FYI, audience. He
the
doesn't know
great
what strawberries
dude.
look.
What's really funny is like if I like go a week without like really washing my hair, it gets really dirty brown, and then like if I shampoo my hair, it's like solid blonde. And that happened one time at work because I'm a piece of shit that doesn't shower all the time.
That's
So
called dirt, Ryan.
yeah, it's called dirt. But I shampooed my hair and I didn't put any conditioner in it. And this girl's like, "Did you dye your hair?" And I was like, "No, this is my natural hair. This is what it looks like when it showers." So,
The same thing happens if you just rub mud on stuff. My car
uh,
is white, but it's funny if I don't wash it and I like drive through a ton of shit, it's really brown. It looks
love
like
that.
there's shit on it.
All right. Okay, so well, there's our Skype story for the week.
Welcome to Johnny's story time, where we talk about ticks on dicks and shitty cars.
Ticks on dicks. We should make that a t-shirt,
Uh-huh. I like it.
dude. And it'd just be an inside joke t-shirt too. They'd just be like, "What do you mean?" And you're like, "It's a Brown
We'd
County thing."
we'd sell 2 of them.
That's good. It's good enough for me.
Right, if we buy enough, we make back the initial investment. I think that's how it works.
Right. Oh, my neck. I have to sit up so proper to speak into the microphone.
Mine's
And then,
attached to my head, so I can do whatever I want.
sort of. Every time you like lean in to like look at something on the computer, I can tell that the sound from your voice is bouncing off your computer screen.
Oh, can you? Can you, Ryan? Are
Yes.
you like Daredevil? Your color blindness gave you sonic hearing? Is that how it works?
I'm more like Helen Keller. I'm just blind and deaf, but if I try really hard, I can tell the difference between colors and sound.
Folks, we've hit rock bottom. Turn back while you still can.
It's just a part about getting old. So apparently, okay. So apparently,
What, hitting rock bottom?
yeah, that too.
Happens to everyone eventually.
It only happens to the people that work really, really hard but still fail at life. Uh, so apparently, you can't. You're not supposed to be using Q-tips.
Oh, I know.
Apparently, I didn't know. I didn't know that. Like
I've
I've been
always
using
known that.
Q-tips like
Yeah.
forever. And
No.
apparently, it just all it does is it basically pushes the earwax deeper into your
Oh, yeah.
eardrum.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like really because like my friend had to go in and get his ears clean. Basically, they spray a bunch of liquid and then like it loosens up and it drains and stuff,
Yeah,
and
it
it's like
sucks.
really
I've had
gross.
it done. It's awful.
Is it awful?
Yeah, it hurts really bad.
I would imagine it would be really just very uncomfortable. So, but yeah, I think every day I'm like, what would it be like if I had my ears clean? Would it be like a whole new world? Like I could hear things.
It
And I'm
would.
like,
No, I went to the doctor a few years ago. They were like, "Hey, they did the thing, they looked in my ear for whatever reason. They always do that. You're like, it broke my hand. They're like, hang on, we'll get to that. We need to look in your ear first." And they looked in there and they're like, yeah, you've got the way your ear canals are shaped, you've got a lot of wax backed up in there. And I was
it's
like,
shaped like a
what?
dick.
And they're like, yeah, it's just it's like the wax just naturally drains into your head. And I was like, well, that sounds efficient. And I'm like, go figure. I got soft spots. I got a unibrow. Why not have ears that drain wax into my brain? I need this. I've really needed this.
It's all
And
part about getting older, John.
I think that was just like poor quality control. And
Mm-hmm.
so they had this. They come in with this trough thing that they held under my ear, and then the nurse is like, "All right, this is gonna be a little unpleasant." And I was like, "Uh-huh." And she takes this turkey baster thing, and she sucks up a ton of water, and she jams it in my head and just squeezes. And it sounded like I would imagine it would sound like if you stuck your head in a hurricane and died. And I felt like the water blasting into my eardrums, and it was like rattling my brain. And I started to get really hot and sweaty the more she did it. And I was like, why are you still doing this? There can't be that much wax in there. I
So
mean,
was it physical pain or was it just
it
kind of like
was.
a weird
It, it
feeling?
it hurt really bad, and I don't know if it's because I had tubes when I was a kid, and they had to like cut my eardrums or whatever, and give me tubes to drain earwax, which apparently they should probably have done that again. I don't know, and so I don't know if it's because there's like scarring in there from when I was 4 years old, but
You
I
had
got
tubes
like
in there?
I did. I had to get. So did my brother. We both got tubes because we got ear infections all the time as kids,
Oh
and
my
so
god.
we both had tubes when we were like 4 years old, and So I don't know if it was because of that, but I got like this super head rush and I got really hot and I started to like breathe heavy and I started to get tunnel vision and I was like, "You have to stop. I'm gonna throw up."
Uh,
And she was like, "You're gonna throw up." She's like, "Let me just try like one more time." I was like, "All right, but I'm gonna throw up probably." And she did one more time and I was like, "All right, no more. Like I'm starting to go blind. I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna fall off of this and probably get concussed and throw up and maybe shit my pants. I really don't need this." Like I
that
came
would be
in.
your best case scenario.
That's my coup de grace. I wake up with like half clogged ears, shitty drawers, concussed. I
Yeah.
just went in for a checkup, and this is what you did for me.
Dude, isn't that the worst when you go in just for like I remember like I was getting my teeth cleaned and it was like the summer before I was about to get braces and apparently the dentist had to inspect your teeth to make sure like everything was going to be all right to get your braces. But I
Mhm.
guess he noticed that I had like like a deep rooted tooth or something like that. Basically, I had some kind of like a root like a from one of my baby teeth still stuck in my gum,
Uh-huh.
but nobody bothered to tell me that he was going to remove it that day. He told my mom, he told the nurses, but he didn't tell me. So after my teeth cleaning, he's like, or she actually at the time, she pulled me into the next room and she's like, close your eyes. And I'm like, I know I'm young, but I'm not gonna fall for that. So I closed my eyes for a second and then opened them right away to see what she had hiding behind her back, and it was a syringe. The anesthetic that she was gonna pierce my gums. You don't tell a little kid that's gonna happen.
Of course not.
So that time I like went in for a teeth cleaning and had a bloody fucking ordeal.
That
So
sounds fantastic.
it sucked.
That
So
sounds awful. It's always when you're a kid. This stuff can't happen when you're an adult because you won't be
oh dude,
traumatized then. So it
I
has
think
to be when
worse
you're a
things
kid.
happen when you're an adult. Well, actually,
That's true.
I think the worst things happen when you're like trying to hit puberty and your body's just like I don't know what to do.
I know. I know. You.
So
Yeah. That could be an entire episode on its
I
own.
know.
I don't. Damn it. You can get degrees in that. I don't.
Yeah, if we get a bigger subscriber base, we'll
Embarrass ourselves
embarrass. Yeah,
more than we already do. I guess. I don't know what you call this if this isn't embarrassing
I don't
ourselves.
know. I'll probably cut all this stuff out.
No. No. This is
the
gold.
the episode will be called "Ticks on Dicks."
Oh, it should be. It should be. Dicks with ticks.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
It's beautiful.
yeah.